What's up, guys? In today's video I am going to be talking about my Amouage fragrances from worst to best in my collection, or just top. I have 9 with 2 samples, so this is gonna be like the Creed video. I don't have this pre-planned. I'm kind of just gonna go off with what I feel like right now is the top 9, but these are all pretty good. That's kind of like the Creed of not knowing where to start. Well, I'll go ahead and start off. We could do a top 10. Number 10 would be Overture. Just wasn't my thing. I know people say it's a masterpiece. I personally, it was good. That's it. I feel like I could have lost out. It is what it is. So that's gonna start it off at the number 10 spot. Number 9. Let's see. Number 9 might have to be just smelling this off the cap. I would say number 9. Ooh, yeah. I'll go ahead and put Journeyman at the number 9 spot. Really good fragrance. Nothing bad to say about it, honestly. It's just I would probably pick all of these over Journeyman. Next one will be might have to be so number 8. We'll have to go to Boundless. It was underwhelming when I first tried it, but now it's just smelling off the cap. It's really nice. I don't remember if I've given this a full wear. I think I've tested it maybe once or twice, but not really a full wearing that I can remember. So I gotta revisit this one for sure. I might actually just wear this right now. I'm actually out of the shower. Why not wear a tobacco note fragrance out of the shower in humid 82-degree weather right now? So that is at the number 8 spot. Number 9 spot will have to go to Enclave. Enclave is one that I feel I definitely have to wear. So I got this actually yesterday from Neil. I let it sit on my wrist for a few hours. It's a really good scent. I definitely think I will be buying a full bottle of this fragrance, but I feel like if you spray too much of this Enclave, it would definitely be cloying, just because yesterday it kind of got a little bit cloying. So this is probably like a 2 spray max type of fragrance. All right, now number 6. Number 6 might have to go to. It might have to go to Epic Man. Nothing bad. I think I'd just pick every other one here over this fragrance. Soapy clean. It's one of those that I didn't really know. So it changes. So between this one and Lyric Man are probably the ones that change the most from the ones I have. This turns into something unrecognizable, or pretty much very close to, unrecognizable, that you think you're actually smelling somebody else. It did come up a little short on performance for an Amouage, so I would say about 8 hours is what I got. But that is, the same thing happened to me with Jubilation 25. The first time I wore it, I thought it was pretty much underwhelming. I wanted it to be stronger, and then I ended up choking myself out. So I definitely take back those words that I said in that video about the, wanting it to be stronger, just because I choked myself out with not too many sprays. So I'm gonna give this one another shot. Obviously, this is definitely one I want to keep in my collection, so this one's not going anywhere. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be at the number 6 spot. At the number 5 spot, it's gonna be Beach Hut Man. Beach Hut Man's really good. The opening's good. So the opening has something about it that's kind of weird. It's like a weird kind of sweetness that lingers, like a tart sweetness. So that gets cloying if you do a lot of sprays. But besides that, it's a really good fragrance. It's at the number 5 spot for a reason. Really nice, and I actually got this from a swap. Kind of stole this one, not gonna lie. I got a really good off. Well, I forgot what I traded for this. I don't remember. I think it was a Creed. I don't remember what I traded for it. All right, so now we're down to the final 4. This is going to be pretty easy to go from here. It's going to be Amouage Lyric Man. Like I said, this is one of the other ones that transforms a bunch. I wonder, I should probably check to see if the perfumer is the same or if it's a different perfumer, and just check to see what the other perfumers are. Because if, let's say, Lyric Man and the person that made Lyric Man and Epic Man is the same person, they'd have a tendency to have a very drastic change in fragrance from what I've smelled. But Lyric Man, like what I've said, rose, silver, mountain water, kind of. It's in that kind of aspect, especially the opening. Then it dries down to something that smells unrecognizable from what it originally smells like, and it smells really nice. Like I said, I thought someone around me smelled really nice, and it was me the entire time. You know, can't go nose blind if you don't know it's you. Just kidding. This is where things get spicy. So this is where it's kind of going to deter. Number 3, which might surprise some people, is going to be Amouage Reflection Man. So, really good. I really love Reflection Man. I love the clone of it. Actually the other day, I was working and I smelled someone have this kind of scent DNA. Off the bat, smelling it out of the air, and how it was projecting, I knew it wasn't the real thing. Maybe because I owned the clone, I knew it was Shiaka, so I kind of approached him and asked him if it was Shiaka, and he said yes. He actually got it from TikTok. He has no idea, he doesn't know anything about fragrances. He just bought Shiaka off of TikTok, just because I guess it's hyped on TikTok right now, or people talk about it on TikTok. So, he definitely sprayed way too much, and it just didn't have the character, which is, from what I remembered from beforehand, I thought the clone Shiaka got pretty close, but then from smelling it and having the real deal, the clone smelled cheaper for sure in the air. The quality just was not there, not even close. Like you could tell, it's like a parody of the original if you smell the original. At the number 2 spot, it's going to be Brocken, which unfortunately is discontinued. And shout out to Neil. Thank you again, Neil, for giving me a sample of Brocken Man. I did have the clone of Brocken Man. Boy, that's just good. That's just something. I don't know how they discontinued Brocken Man. That's so unfortunate. I've seen bottles pop up now, like on Facebook groups for like $450. I really do enjoy it, but $450 is kind of steep. And then hopefully it's actually someone that's being honest and, you know, that it's the actual thing. So thank you again, Neil, for providing this and making me want to spend a lot of money for this fragrance. Which, I mean, I don't know, I might pull the trigger. It's that good that I might just go ahead and spend the $450 to buy the fragrance, or I could just hope they re-release it, which I haven't heard anything about that. If anything, I know Amouage just continues things and pretty much doesn't bring it back. And lastly, at the number 1 spot, you guys probably already figured, since you haven't seen it yet in this video, it's going to be Amouage Jubilation 25. So first sniff, wasn't really too big of a fan. But that was first sniff. I actually started enjoying it pretty quickly. At first I found it pretty weak. It's reminded me of Xerjoff's Aurum, but like a daytime version of it. Xerjoff's Aurum that smelled like Desitin. I do miss that one. I really do miss that one. I might have to go back around and pick that one up just because that was some good stuff, and I think that's a very slept on Amouage Xerjoff fragrance. The Jubilation 25 is definitely number 1. I know I made a top 5 video recently that said number 5 was Jubilation. That has definitely changed. Now it's kind of flip-flopped. When I'm thinking about the two fragrances, I mean, they're so different. I'm talking about Reflection Man and Jubilation 25. They're so different, but the best of Amouage. Not considering Rocket Man. It's like you've got 2 ways to go. And those are the 2 different ways. But Amouage, I mean, Reflection Man pretty much stops there, just because there's nothing really in Reflection Man that, it goes down that alley. It's pretty much just like a standalone fragrance in the line. But something actually, so ended there. Jubilation 25, number 1, wins it. King of the fragrance. Something I did want to mention on Epic Man, I kind of found that so the transition. So the best way to explain this transition is smelling it right now. Kind of smells like a fresh out of the shower, soapy kind of fragrance, right? Like a body wash, that kind of aspect. There's a certain phase in this fragrance that it kind of hints at Reflection Man. So that's kind of why I hesitated when I said that Reflection was a standalone, just because there is a small part in Epic Man that kind of leans into Reflection Man for a little bit, but then it kind of goes back its own way. But for Epic Man, you can find it for like $140, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth the price. It's one of the cheapest ones that you can find for the Amouage house. So I definitely think it's worth it. But yeah, that is today's video. This is all pre-recorded because I am in Florida currently. Not right now, but in the future. When you're watching this is the future. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know how you rank your Amouages. Definitely interested to see that. Definitely with list videos of Amouages, it feels like everybody has their very different list. So like, I know Enclave is Justin Copeland's favorite. I don't remember how it ended up in my list. I think it was number 8 or something, maybe 7. Epic Man is TLTG's favorite Amouage. Ended up right above Enclave. Beach Hut Man, I know is pretty popular. People loving that one. So that one came pretty far back in the list. So I mean, Amouage is one of those houses that you just can't really take someone's opinion in which one's the best, just because they're all pretty good. So one might please you more than the other that's, you know, pleases someone else. So I would definitely say, I mean, if you're hesitant, Reflection Man is obviously an easy one to go into. Some people hate Jubilation, so I wouldn't recommend it to go ahead and blind buy it. I would say probably sample every single one. Maybe not Reflection Man if you've smelled the clone. But they're all pretty good. Boundless is one that it might move up the list, honestly, just with how I smelled it. It smells like it's grown up a little bit. Maybe I just haven't touched it. It's been sitting for a little bit. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. That's all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know your favorite Amouages, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.